Hey guys, it's Liv here, bringing you guys another Showdown Live on the channel. I actually had someone the other day comment that they wanted to see more Showdown Lives, so you know what? Here they are. I always wanted an excuse to really do a lot of Showdown Lives, but seeing that people legitimately do want them, I'm gonna record some more. I'll have a schedule coming out next week. I think it makes a lot more sense to come out next week because I have Hive ending this week, and I have another league starting Sunday. So on Sunday, on Saturday probably, because I don't think I have a Saturday upload yet. Question mark. If I don't have a Saturday upload, it'll go up on Saturday. If I do, then I know for a fact I don't have one on Monday. So we'll do it on Monday then. Regardless though, we're doing a Showdown Live. The team for this will be on the Pokemon Pro page. I've never actually specifically mentioned in a video because I didn't know when it would be public and I didn't want to announce it before it was public. But that was the link down below in Saturday's and Sunday's videos. So we're going to have a Pokemon Pro page. Shout out to Pedro for contacting me about that. I really do appreciate it, of course. It's an honor to be on the site with a bunch of other big names, far bigger than I am. So really, really glad that we do have one. Would love it if you guys check it out. We have currently the Calyrex Xerneas team, and Pedro said by the end of today he would have added the team from Saturday, which was the Power of Celesteela team. That's what it was. So that means that I'll try and also sneak this one in. So when Pedro does do the update, hopefully we'll have this one up as well. If it's not up today, it'll probably be up tomorrow. But we're using it today, team it today with Kyogre and Palkia. I figured, in the spirit of BBL starting their drafts up this week, I wanted to do a Palkia team. Because Palkia was the first Uber I drafted in BBL. And while I don't plan on drafting it again in BBL, I'll be honest, I do kind of miss using Palkia. And I think I might, if I don't use it this season, very well pick it up next season. Because I think it's been long enough to where I kind of do miss Palkia. It was honestly one of my favorite drafts I've ever used, let alone in BBL. So did kind of get a bit nostalgic, I'm not gonna lie. I did miss my boy Palkia. Thunder Miss. You know what, I forgot to do nicknames. So first up we have Jinbei the Kyogre with the Choice Scarf. This is legitimately the best Kyogre set, you cannot convince me otherwise. We have Thunder Miss our Palkia. Luckily we can Dynamax this, and this is legitimately the Dynamax threat on the team. We have Thunder, of course, so it won't miss in the rain. That's why I have it on Kyogre team, because I don't trust this thing outside of rain anymore. We have Hydro Pump, Spatial Friend, and Earth Power. Honestly, these Monteres, I crept Kyogre, didn't really need to creep anything else. Something else is really threatening running speed. I've still yet to see anything that's creeping Kyogre, especially not creeping the 308 mark. So we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Itsuki, I'm gonna do Itsuki, our Slurpuff. Really just here for webs. Misty Explosion is kind of cool. I saw that a lot of people were running these on Uber's teams, or at least a couple people were, and I thought it made sense. So yeah, we next up have our Duskmane Necrozma, Rock Leon. Actually, I'm gonna do Fang Leon for this one because of the fact that it's an offensive Necrozma. I think it just fits better. So yeah, Autotomized Weakness Policy. I figured this could be cool on webs. We're creeping Shadow Cali with this. The current sample Autotomized spread, I don't know why I struggled saying that so much. But the current Weakness Policy spread is for Trick Room, it's Brave Nature. And then there are Autotomized spreads on I think for AG that are, I forget the format. Okay, so yeah, this one's just running Jolly Max Speed. You don't really need that. I think having Adamant is so much better. So I figured we just creep Shadow Cali. That's really the best thing to creep with this in my opinion. There's not really any other threats to creep. Because while I could creep Regieleki, and I'll get into Lucky in a bit, I don't think it's that worth it. We next up have Bacon. This is literally, I'm telling you right now, guys, on every Uber's team you see until at the very least Dynamax is banned, this will probably be the Veltos that I'm running. And I will probably run it on every team. Because just Shadow Cali is such a bitch. And then finally a Sparkman. I figured if we're running Rain, I'll be honest, I only added this on because I got beaten by a few of them. We're creeping Shadow Cali with this. Didn't think there was anything else worth creeping. We have the 252 Modest. Figured that could just be good to break. Rest is in bulk, because why not? I didn't think I need to boost Explosion, so I just ran Modest Nature, because why not? So yeah, with all of that said, oh, you know what? I gotta make this shiny too. Okay. So with that, now all of that said, let's get right into some actual battles. So, as I said, team will be on the link in the description below, hopefully within a day or two. If you're watching this immediately, I'm telling you right now, it will not be up. But check back tomorrow. So with that being said, our first game, we're taking on Kyogre Shadow, Yveltal, Zygarde Complete, Zacian Crown, the Xerneas, and Ditto. Quite literally, I would honestly genuinely call this a big 6. Maybe throw on like a Duskmane over Ditto. But I think that like Big 5 plus Ditto, I think this is pretty much what this is. Or you know what? This is missing Kyogre. Never mind. It can never be Big 6 without Kyogre. Who am I kidding? Regardless though, my opponent has no switch into Kyogre unless it's AV Yveltal, which if that is the case, then I guess I'm doing God's work by spreading that wisdom, but I'm also kind of upset because it hard counters us. My opponent's Defogger is Yveltal. I feel confident in saying that's a Defog Yveltal with like Taunt, because that is the set that they're running, and it's inferior in my opinion to AV as a Cali counter, but I digress. So I'm not going to set up webs right away. I think I'm actually going to just lead off with Sparkman, and then I'm going to double out on the Zygarde into Yveltal. Wow, how am I such a god? Couldn't tell you how. But yeah, so Yveltal leads. This is 100% doubling out into Zygarde. I feel confident saying that. I'm going to go out into my Yveltal here. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna use turn here. Just okay. So that's not a huge deal. I would say I fully expected the Zacian to come in. I'm just gonna go into Slurp off. Glare. Okay, not a huge deal. I definitely go for Sticky Web at least this turn. Get off something of substance. That way then it forces Yveltal to maybe come in later and click Defog, which could be nice. That could definitely be nice for us. Zacian Crown just come in now. Okay, not a huge deal. I don't even overly need webs against this team in all honesty, unless it's like a Scarf Shadow Cali for some reason. I'm gonna go for Yawn. Okay, beautiful. Because I think honestly getting this put to sleep is gonna be so much better for us. So my opponent will probably stay in and just kill this off, because otherwise my opponent's letting me get up webs, which I don't think my opponent really wants to do. Okay, so they do actually just kill us off. That is perfectly fine, because this does allow me to go right into... I think I'm going to go into Palkia here, and I'm just going to click Water Spout. My opponent has 0 switching, legitimately 0. Their switch is Ditto, to put in perspective. So Yveltal comes in. Okay, perfectly fine. I'm going to go for a Water Spout again. Okay, so I think we win the game. Kyogre Shadow. So this is Scarfed. Very clever, very clever, very clever. However, it's not going to matter. Because Scarf doesn't do shit to Yveltal. Why are you running a Scarf Shadow Cali? Or you know what? I guess that would be why. Okay, that's fine. Even though the crit wouldn't have killed. And I'm always fine making that 1-for-1. Because this is legitimately dedicated to only Shadow Cali. Because the rest of my team can confidently handle everything else, I would say. Because even just going for Water Spouts, we should be fine against everything else. Duskmane, if we max, should still take on Xerneas fairly well. Okay, so we're going to use her now here. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, Xerneas is the only one I'd ever click an electric move versus anyway. I'm going to click Explosion this turn. Because that way then I can get around Xerneas keeping a sub up. Yep, okay, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go for Duskmane. And I'm going to go for a Max Quake. This is the only disadvantage to not having Sunsteel. But this isn't touching us anyway, and it can't even max because Shadow Cali maxed. So it's not going to make a difference, necessarily. But it is still annoying nonetheless, not going to lie. What we're going to do next is I'm going to go for an Earthquake if the Ditto comes in, and I'm going to go for a Max Mindstorm Zygarde. Okay, so Zygarde did come in. That's fine. We can go for Mindstorm because... Now from here, I can go for Photon Geyser boosted. Okay. Because Photon Geyser boosted off of our also actual offense should do a substantial amount. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. Wow, I don't know why I struggled saying that. Okay. So, I think we might lose to Zygarde. Yeah, Zygarde might beat us. Really just depends on the speed in the Zygarde. But I think it does just win. Yeah, if this is like a no-speed Zygarde, it definitely can't beat us. But if it is creeping anything, could very well win. All it needs is to hit 230 speed, which isn't that hard for Zygarde to hit, even in this form. So I think this might actually... Okay, so this isn't... Alright, so this is literally like a max Fizz Def spread. Alright, good to know. I know most people are just running like max Fizz Def Zygarde, if not like very Spin F Zygardes. but I've seen a ton of his def. Hell, I think I'm running just max his def on a couple of my Ubers teams. I know I have it on at least a team or two. Let me look real quick. Ubers. Yeah, okay, so like this is max his def. I know I had at least one other team, but I think I might have deleted it because it was out of date or something. Okay, not a huge deal. We're gonna sack a Veltal here because I could maybe still get some use out of this with like a speed tie if it really came down to it. Though Palkia realistically choose whatever this wants to go for. Dual Fairy was kind of an ass matchup for Palkia, but I do genuinely have faith. I was doing a lot of laddering with this. This thing legitimately as a maximum was tearing. It's purely because Dual Fairy Core that this was annoying, which to be fair, Dual Fairy does pressure this team as a whole a lot, but especially Palkia, of course. I don't know why my opponent decided to set timer, and then they're the one that's taking it to timer. But it is what it is. We're just going to Thunder here. Thunder, we have plenty of turns to clearly beat this out, so it shouldn't be a concern. As you can see, this thing would literally need to full Paris out, so we're clearly fine. Okay, so good game by my opponent. I guess in hindsight, I probably should have attacked Kyogre then just in case I had an out for Sucker Punch, but I still feel confident that this was my play, or at least a not bad play. So we're 1-0 this live. I do have a lot of stake in this team personally. I know that we're also not like super high in the ladder. I realize we're only at like mid 1300s. This is my second time laddering this in the account. So we're gonna be a bit lower as we go through the lives though. We're gonna get higher in Ubers. I like laddering Ubers a lot more as well. Also, just keep in mind. So we'll probably do mostly Ubers lives when we do them. All I see is a Lucky fodder. It's legitimately all Lucky fodder. We're gonna lead off with Slurpuff. Get up some webs. This isn't even Crown Zacian. Why is it not Crown Zacian? I'm gonna go for Yawn. Ironhead. Okay, that's fine. I feel confident this is choiced. So I'm gonna wait until like Pukamoog comes in so I can get up webs on that. Okay, so we can set up an Autotomize here into a Max Rockfall. That's specifically why we have Rockfall. It's actually specifically for Veltal. Because while it doesn't necessarily kill, it does at least put it into range to where after the weakness policy hit, we can go for Max Guard here actually, and then this dies to Sand if it doesn't roost. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're in such a good position because we're gonna outpace every non-Scarf mon. So my opponent will have to bring in a Scarf for next 100%. Okay, Pukamuku. That's actually a solid bring in, not gonna lie. Luckily though, this is gonna probably go for a counter, yup. And then we now have our terrain boosting Photon Geyser off of physical attack. So that should do a substantial amount more. And that kills. And you see that? That is another benefit to Photon Geyser. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. Okay. So, Photon Geyser will realistically probably do... It'll do slightly less, but it's within 5 BP, so I'm fine just clicking it. My opponent maxes Shadow Cali. I know, Ice Cali. Forgot Ice Cali is a thing. I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely forgot it could be run. That's fine. We can Yawn this, because my opponent isn't going to have an electric move on this, or a fairy move on this, or I guess not a physical fairy move, I should say. So, really, that's fine for us. I can go for a Veltal, and just go for Dark Pulse. I know that we're obviously not going to kill it, but this will be put to sleep next turn anyway. So, I'm fine with this. Oh, okay. How did my opponent get out of that? What? Oh, fucking... Oh, god damn it. I forgot about Sleep Claws. Okay, it's not a huge deal. It definitely does put us on the back foot a bit, I'm not gonna lie. But I do still have Water Spot Kyogre, which while it's not gonna kill, it'll do a substantial amount. Oh, fuck, I wish I could miss the Explosion. Yeah, Misty Explosion might have done enough. Oh, okay. Okay, a Lucky can still honestly plow. Though, I will say I'm changing my Lucky spread. I should have Scarf Kyogre. I should have 100% been creeping Scarf Kyogre. Why was I not creeping that? Need to hit 260. Okay. It's fixed for the next one. But Scarf Kyogre does kind of destroy the team. Oh shit, we killed that. I'm gonna be honest, I did not think we would have killed that. Maybe I creep Scarf Palkia then. Because I think we can also creep that. Can we creep that? Let's see. Yes, we can. Beautiful. Okay, so we creep Scarf Palkia now. This will be the version of the team that's in the description. Okay. We're gonna Hydro Pump and hope this doesn't wake up. If it doesn't wake up, I think we can actually win the game. Which needs to not wake up. We need to hit our Hydro Pump. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. Okay. We won the battle. Okay. I'll be honest. We should not have won that. But I'll take it. I'll genuinely take it. Lucky is now properly crept though, so that way then Kyogre doesn't outpace us for future games, which is great. Also, Scarf Palkia won't increase in case if for some reason someone is running a max speed Scarf Palkia, because I do think Palkia has niche in this meta, if I'm being honest. I don't see enough of it though. I think Palkia genuinely is like a threat in this meta because stuff like Primal Groudon isn't there. Rain is the dominant, like Rain is dominant. No one can tell me otherwise. Rain is legitimately dominant in this meta. So stuff like Palkia is such a threat because of that. Because Scarf Kyogre into like a Life Orb Palkia, especially with Max, can break so easily. So another Lucky fodder team. T-Tar actually is a solid like switching quote unquote. Though it's gonna be focusing on actually. I guess it won't really need to focus on anything. It'll take it dedicated to a Lucky. This is a team where I can 100% just lead off with webs. My opponent's kind of screwed. Oh, you know what? Sticky Web. I almost clicked Misty Explosion there. We're going to go for Misty Explosion this turn because I just don't want my opponent going for like a Zacian Crown or anything. Though I guess I could yawn that too. I still kind of want to just go for this. And we'll see what happens. So my opponent decides to go for Stone Edge. Perfectly fine. Let's see. So what are we going to do? I think we just go into Fang Leon here. And we go for an Autotomize. T-Tar definitely can't kill me. T-Tar's probably very spit off. Okay. So it's probably going to go for Crunch. Beautiful. And we can go for Max Quake here. That'll get some nice spit up. Realistically though, I think we might have just won. Obviously, they do have a Ditto. I'm very aware of that. However, Ditto in webs will basically be tying us, so we could actually potentially beat the tie. Mindstorm is 100% my play, and we kill. Dragovich is very fucking frail, holy shit. I think my opponent lost. I cannot see a world where my opponent wins this. We're gonna go for another Quake. Okay. Ditto's gonna have to come in. Yep, okay, that's fine. We do still speed tie. They won the speed tie. Okay, not a huge deal. They're locked into Earthquake at least. Because since they did win the speed tie, or you know what, webs, never mind. Webs would always overtake that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for Sucker Punch in case this is going for Scarf Water Spout. Oh, you know what? Fuck, Terrain is up. Shit. Why did I click that? I should have clicked Dark Pulse. I knew I took a hit anyway. Okay, well, luckily we do actually 1v1 this. Still. Somehow. Sadly, though, we're kind of screwed for Cali, but luckily we do have webs up. So we do outpace no matter what with Sparkman. I'm going to go for Dark Pulse here. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to risk, but I think that was still my best play. I'm going to go into Kyogre. Between the Water Spout and the Thunder, we should be set. Okay. That's fine. But you know what? I can't go into that. I have to go into Kyogre. I have to go into Palkia. Because I need to be able to beat it with Ditto. We're going to go for Pump. Pump should still beat this. Like, this 100% does follow the Pump. Are you fucking kidding? That lost us the game. Because we need to basically beat our Lucky now. Which I guess, I mean, we are Specs and they're Scarf, so maybe we can. If we can, this mon's kind of broken. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know why I was worried. We'll take that though. We'll 100% take that. Holy shit. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh, fun. This is like a shittier version of my team. The Kyogre, Zern, Cali, Shuckle team. I just have a Veltal over the Ditto. Because, you know, you need a Cali check. Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna go for Slurpuff, turn 1. We're gonna go for Magic Coat. I'm just gonna Magic Coat the Shuckle until it switches out. Because I do feel fully confident this will just set up stuff for me. So I'm gonna legitimately Magic Coat it until it dies. Or until it switches out. And we'll see what happens. I don't lose anything clicking this. Okay, yep, forfeit. Great. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I didn't need to click anything else. That's, I guess, another benefit to running Slurpuff over Shuckle, because you could do that. Especially versus anyone running Shuckle, because, of course, Shuckle is still really good, in my opinion, for dual hazards. But, I mean, this could just bounce back hazards, so it really doesn't matter. We're gonna go for 1, maybe 2 more games, just depends on how quick the next one is. Just seeing that we're at the 20-minute mark now, so I want to try and aim for, like, 25-30. So, we're gonna go for 1 more game. If it happens to be a quick game, we'll go for a second. We're undefeated currently this live by some bullshit luck, so we'll take that. Kyogre plus Regieleki is honestly really fucking good. Holy shit. I didn't think it would be that good. I thought this would be a Palkia vid. Actually, Palkia could kind of tear this team. We just need the Blissey gone. But once Blissey's gone, Palkia kind of destroys this team if webs are up. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off with Slurpuff. Zygarde lead. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go for a Yawn on this. Ho-Oh comes in. That's fine. That is so fine. I'm going to go for webs now. Because I can go for webs and then double into, Kyogre here. My opponent switching this is Blissey, which to be fair is a good switching. But when Blissey comes in, I can set up with Duskmane. So I'm content with that. Blissey. Okay, good play. We're going to go into Duskmane, and we're going to set up on a Totemize. And then from there, I can just go for, a Photon. Yeah, we're going to go for Max Mindstorm. This should still do a destructive amount to my opponent. And I think that, yeah, because we don't have the policy up yet, should, oh, they didn't attack. Fuck, okay. This might still kill. Okay. Ooh, setting up coils. Not bad. Okay. Kind of wishing my opponent would attack me, but I think they know that we're policy. Okay. So that kind of screws us over, I guess. Photon could maybe still kill because we're physically boosting now, but I mean, they're +2 defense. I don't think we do at all. Luckily, we do still have our Slurpuff intact, so we can always get around this. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go hard Slurpuff here. Because they do need something. They 100% need something. Okay. That's fine. We could just double into Kyogre here. Actually, I'm gonna double into Duskmane. I feel like the Blissey double is so obvious here. Okay, not a huge deal. We can just go for Edge. Stone Edge should destroy. If my opponent kills us, nope, so be it. But they're just gonna pop her policy. Okay. Let's see. Full hard Slurpuff. Okay. I'm going hard Kyogre now. Okay, so it did wake up. Not a huge deal. Water Spout is still stronger. So I'm gonna go for Water Spout. Blissey should still take at least a substantial amount from this if it does decide to come in. Yeah, okay, so like that's a substantial amount, I would say. We just go into Duskmane now. And I'm just gonna click Photon Geyser. Because whatever does want to come in, it should still do a decent damage showing. Let's see, so how much should we actually do? 22. That's so little. Holy shit. Okay. We might just need to pop Max and Kyogre, but I need a bit more chip on Blissey. We're gonna go with Veltal here. And I'm gonna go for Dark Pulse. This does have one more turn to sleep. I don't mind getting glared in all honesty. Because Dark Pulse should just do it. It should do an okay amount. Okay, we'll take that. Seeing as the glare is inevitable, I almost want to go into Duskmane, but I feel like that's such a bad play. I don't really need Duskmane versus this team, actually. We're going to U-turn here. We're going to U-turn into Duskmane. Let's see. So Ho-Oh's awake now. Zygarde's taking a fair bit of chip, actually. We're going to go into Duskmane. Okay. And then we can go for Photon here. Ho-Oh comes in. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go for Stone Edge. If we die, that's fine. We end this loop at least. So I'll take that. And of course, great. Okay, I would have loved to at least get the Stone Edge off. We haven't even revealed it yet. Stone Edge would have been huge there. Oh, that's so ass. We could have killed the Ho-Oh. That would have legitimately made such a huge difference. Not a huge deal. We can U-turn here and go into Kyogre and click Ice Beam. Or actually, I could U-turn into Palkia. I'm not sure what my opponent's gonna do, but my guess is they're gonna double into Blissey. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so we do just go into this and we just click Photon. Photon is such a free hit here. Actually, I'm gonna go for Stone Edge. I feel like that Ho-Oh switching is just calling my name. Yes, let's get it. Are you fucking kidding? Just hit the Stone Edge. That's so ass. That's so ass. Oh my god. Okay. Blissey is really low, actually. We could just Water Spout twice. Because it did make the mistake of letting itself get in a range of Water Spout, which is really bad for Blissey. So we can still do a lot of damage at this point. Yep. Water Spout nails Ho-Oh as expected. Blissey now has to come in solo, which is fine. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go for Slurpuff, and I'm gonna get up my webs. And then I'm gonna go for Misty Explosion on whatever comes in next. Getting up those webs will make such a huge difference for our Kyogre, which could honestly, Kyogre's really getting a position. I just need that Blissey gone. Not Kyogre, whatchamacallit, Palkia. I don't know why I was thinking Kyogre, but I mean, Kyogre will also still do a lot, to be fair. We can go to Kyogre here, and just Water Spout. My opponent's switching is Blissey, which is fine. We do have to go into a Veltal here. And I can honestly just click Oblivion Wing versus this. Because we're going to gain back pretty much everything from Oblivion Wing. Because of the fact that Blissey just has such a monstrous HP stat. So, as you can see, I mean, we're gaining back pretty much everything. I'm going to go for Sucker Punch because it'll do a substantial amount to this. And I want to just take it out. Especially... Oh, are you fucking kidding? Okay, we're going to go for Dark Pulse to turn into Sucker Punch. And I think that'll do a fair amount. Actually, I'm going to click U-turn. I don't mind taking a Seismic Toss with Palkia. Or even with Kyogre. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Palkia. And we're going to go for... Actually, no, we're going to double back into Veltal. Okay. And we're going to go for one Oblivion Wing into a Sucker Punch. And I think that should be enough. This being a Boots Blissey is kind of annoying. Actually, I guess it doesn't really make a difference, to be fair. Okay, we're going to go for Sucker Punch now. There we go. Real damage. We had Oblivion Wing this turn. We only stalled out of Soft Boils, which is not bad. Sucker Punch into Oblivion Wing. Since webs are, like, up, I don't need to worry about Cali. I'm going to go for an Oblivion Wing again. And then we're going to Sucker Punch this turn. Beautiful. Okay. So now that we've ended that sort of exchange, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go... I think I'm going to go into Regieleki. I'm going to go for just a Volt Switch. I'm going to go into Kyogre. And I'm just going to click Origin Pulse. I'm going to click Origin Pulse here. And I'm going to go into Palkia. And I'm going to click Hydro Pump twice. Hydro Pump twice because we're Life Orb boosting could probably take this out. Okay, fuck, that is so little. Oh, that does like nothing. Holy shit. Okay, I don't think I can beat this Blissey actually. I am gonna still try, but I don't think it's happening. I have to go into Regieleki, then double into Kyogre because I need the rain up. So we're gonna go into... Because I need to just make sure I'm hitting Thunders. We're gonna go for an Origin Pulse. An Origin Pulse into Thunder probably can kill us. Of course. This game was not kind. This game was really not kind to us. Okay. So we're not beating this 1v1. Yeah, we're just not beating us. Zyger comes in. Yeah, the second that we miss a Thunder, this thing also kind of just wins. Okay. Actually, that's really good for us. If we just hit this Thunder, we're good. Yes. Okay. So at this point, either Veltal comes in and Sucker Punches, or Zyger comes in. Realistically, we cannot win the game at this point. Because of the fact that no matter what happens, a Veltal can always win. We're gonna go for a Special Rend here. And we're just gonna hope that we can OHKO. Habanberry. Oh yeah, I know, we lost. We lost. Alright, yep. That's game. Very good game for my opponent. I'm not gonna end off on a loss though. We're gonna still go out with a bang and we're gonna do one more game. If we lose again, we'll end off. But I'm not gonna end off with only one loss. Because I do feel confident we can win the next one. Blissey matchup was definitely not kind to us. Especially with Blissey Zyger complete. That was an awful matchup for us. We're gonna go for Pump here. Yep, Sucker Punch cleans. Okay, yeah, no, that's game. I'm gonna go for Explosion. Because it's not gonna matter anyway. Okay, yep, we're gonna go for one more game. I do feel confident this is the Palkia sweep game. Palkia still is putting at least a fair bit of pressure, but this game was just that Blissey. Blissey kind of ruins this team. I should have played Duskmane better. Maybe I could Dual Dance. I think it might be a play, but I don't know. I don't think that's a play. It might be though. Like looking at it, I think that might be what I go for. Ooh, Side Spam. Side Spam. That's fun. Nice team. Okay. Let's see. So I think my play here is 100%. It's always to just lead off with Fang Leon. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go for auto. I guess that's a Dragon Dance set. Oh, it's just defensive. Okay. I'm gonna go for Earthquake then. Thunder Wave. Are you fucking kidding? Okay. I should have expected it, I guess, but it's not a huge deal. Okay. We get another auto off, so we can at least outpace the Veltal, force it to Sucker. And that'll get us off a nice Rockfall versus this. Because it'll Sucker Punch us first. And it doesn't Sucker Punch us first. That's fine. We still kill it. That must have been a not defensive Veltal. Shadow Kalia will come in, and that will probably kill us. That will 100% kill us. I'm gonna go for Max Quake just in case. And of fucking course. Alright. Okay. We're just gonna go for Quake. Because they just want to kill us? Okay. We're gonna go for Dark Pulse here. I do fully anticipate this thing to sub. Yep, okay. So I'm gonna go for Dark Pulse again. Because, yep, this seems like Mono Astral Barrage. Beautiful. Okay. So Xerneas, I'm gonna be honest, Xerneas kind of destroys us. I don't know how we beat Xerneas anymore. I think we lose to Xerneas. We'll see what happens. I genuinely think Xerneas cleans our team though. I'm gonna go for Sucker. Okay, well, oopsies. Just in case this is like no speed. I have Aleki as a hope as well. Aleki would do so much more just taking Thunder probably. Okay, yep, no, that's game. That's 100% game. Okay, not a huge deal. I think I truthfully just played Duskmane really poorly. I should also probably throw Sun Steel on Duskmane. I think that would probably in max do enough to a Veltal. So I'll do that for the final version of the team. I'm not gonna do another game though. I'm not gonna do another game because I don't want to like tilt and lose all games. But this is the team. I do think it's still pretty solid personally. I think that especially with the Duskmane tweaks, that should be really good just in general. If you guys do enjoy, of course, leave a like down below. I know Kyogre didn't necessarily pop off, but we'll try and get a Wi-Fi battle where maybe it does. This will probably be thumbnail with like a Aleki or something, because I think a Aleki actually popped off really, really well this live. So this will be like a Aleki and then probably like Kyogre or something. Regardless though, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out, guys. Quick little end of video thing. Apparently the video just didn't want me to end off with wins. I just went 2-1 with the updated team. I lost to the Side Spam team again. I actually beat the Ho-Oh team 6-0, and then I beat a third person. So yeah, team definitely works. Check it down below. Peace out, guys.